So, chapter 2 is still a part of the exposition. So, I'm going to be completely honest. Usually, the exposition is super boring. Why? Because you don't know anything about the book so far. So, you're trying to go and figure out how to get into the author's world and the setting and the characters and who means what to whom and all that good stuff. So, the exposition is excuse me, usually where everybody's just all like, "I have no idea what's going on." And then, like, later on in the book, you're just like, "Cool," and it all comes together. So, we're still in the "I have no idea what the heck is going on" phase, so don't freak out if you are in that. You're completely normal. Chapter 2 starts where Hester is inside. She's in the prison, and we don't know why she's in the prison. But there's talking about all these people who are congregating around the scaffold, and the scaffold's gonna be kinda like a stage, okay? So the stage is erected in there, and that's where everybody would go to, like, watch punishments be doled out. So there's this group of old biddies, these old ladies who are super jealous of Hester, and they're calling her a hussy, and they're just like, "Ugh, they should have branded her on her forehead instead of making her wear this A that's on her clothes. She could just cover it up with a brooch." Oh, they're a little, when I say a little, I mean a lot judgmental, super, super judgy. And then some of them are like, "Oh, she should have died for her sins." So what's her sin? So glad you asked. She had a baby. How dare she, right? So this whole issue is that Hester is married, but the baby dad is not her husband. And how do we know that? Well, the husband's been missing for a while. So there's no possible way for Hester's husband to be the baby's dad. I know. It's like an episode of Maury mixed in with a little bit of Jerry. It's intense. So then they're even like, "Oh, man, the pastor, Reverend Dimsdale, he's even, like, super upset about that, and he's very grieved about that." Okay, so I always tend to go and, like, look at character names whenever I go and start reading something or watching something. I don't know, like, what comes to mind when you hear the word Dimsdale? Like, I really focus in on the word dim, and I don't know, that just kinda makes me not like him. And then later on, we're going to go and see what that happens. So Hester comes on out and she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She has the baby, and the poor baby, oh, the poor baby has never been outside before. And she's 3 months old. And this is the first time that she's ever been outside, which is a total other conversation about, like if a mother is in prison, should the child be with the parent or not? Should they be separated? Which one's worse? I don't have the answer for that. Um, but anyway, so as she comes on out, it is established that Hester is a seamstress. So she goes and she sews things and she's really good at it. So this A that she has to wear that stands for adulteress or adultery, meaning that she cheated on her husband and she had the baby. She made it super flashy looking because she embroidered it and it looks super beautiful, just like she is. So she goes on up, and at first she's gonna go and like hide the A with the baby, and then she's like, breathing that crowd, better not. And so as she's going and standing there and she's like kind of smirking a little bit, she's just she's taking her punishment, she knows. And so she's thinking about, like what it was that brought her to this moment in life. And she's thinking about her younger years. She grew up kind of poor. Her mom died. And so then, she needed some stability in her life. And then she thinks about this older man who was kind of deformed and how like he was going to go and take her to this different life. So we can go and assume that that older man is her husband. Now, here's the thing. If he's mentioned in the exposition, what do you think is going to happen? I'll give you a hint. Chapter 3, check out the title name.